On today's episode of Uncut Gems with Slim. Take some time off to get yourself together and let's stop making excuses to stay on that hamster wheel of just complacency. What's good, y'all? Welcome back for another episode of Season 1 Real Life Goals. Today's episode is called Get Yourself Together. Hashtag no excuses. And I need to say that in my black mama voice. Get yourself together, because I feel like maybe it's just me. We can talk about me. We don't have to talk about you, but I really just needed to get myself together. I feel like life just kept happening, and I was just going through the motions. And it's November. I'm like, okay, we gonna tighten up that skirt and get yourself together. So hopefully my voice don't sound too crazy, because I do have my retainers in. So I am starting Invisalign. So that's a brief update on me. I'll definitely be doing a video about my Invisalign journey on my main channel. So make sure you guys check it out. So hopefully, I've been practicing. I haven't been slurring too bad. So hopefully that didn't bring attention to it. But let's get into today's video. So I wrote down some notes like I usually do. And I feel like in order to get yourself together and get back on track, you have to take time off. And so I say take a weekend if you don't have any PTO or extra sick days, since it's like the end of the year, but take a sick day and take care of you. Ever since like COVID-19, word on the curb is this whole new thing called mental health days, where businesses and some schools are actually allowing mental health days. And I know it sounds like some fancy made up term to excuse yourself from doing your daily obligations, but in my opinion, I feel like it's a necessity that we've never really brought our attention to, because it's never been a thing until the pandemic, right? And I feel like the pandemic has really brought mental health awareness to the forefront, and how important it is to keep track of your mental health and maintain your mental health and protect your mental health. And so today, my suggestion to you guys is to just cater to yourself and make yourself a priority. So recently we had a bye week, which basically means we don't have a game that Saturday, like it skips a week for us. And so I was able to take a day or two off of work. And when I tell y'all, it made such a huge difference. Like, I didn't realize how much my life was spiraling into a whole bunch of just mess until I was able to take those 2 days off. So like day one I was off, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna start cleaning up my apartment. And I mean, like, not just a little tidy up that you do once a week, but I mean like actually clean my apartment, actually go through, declutter, get rid of stuff, and just empty up space to feel, just empty up space so I could breathe again, in a metaphorical sense. Now, my apartment wasn't like trashed or nothing like that, but you guys know what I mean when it's like you're just going through the motions day by day, and you just kind of get stuck in your schedule, and you don't really like take the time for yourself or take the time to get your life in order behind the scenes. And so not only did I like tidy up and clean, but I did an actual deep clean, right? So I went through my bathroom, I went through like my drawers and got rid of a lot of stuff, got rid of expired products and all these kind of things, just to help make space for what's to come, and make space metaphorically and physically for just new things to come in. Real quick, I just wanted to take a moment and pause and ask, are you subscribed? Make sure you subscribe to us on all podcast streaming platforms, and check out the visual on YouTube at Uncut Gems with Slim. Lastly, don't forget we are also on Instagram. Follow us on Insta to get motivational snippets, episode highlights, and so much more. Now, let's get back to today's episode. It got to a point where every time I came into this room, which is my studio room, I never really felt that creative drive. I never felt inspired. I never felt motivated. Like right now, if I'm being transparent with y'all, it is 10:42 on a Friday night and I work tomorrow that I'm filming the podcast. This has not happened for me in months. Honestly and truly, before the dead period ended with my job in June, like I have not just been freely filming, motivated to film in the middle of the evening, going into nighttime to get prime time content to y'all. Like I haven't had this drive, and I feel like my motivation definitely comes from walking in this room, and it's clean, it's open, it feels like a invitation, a space to create in. And I know it sounds like I'm making such a big deal out of a clean space, but it really affects like how you create. Even if it's like when you go to your job, is your desk at work dirty? Are the drawers junky? Like you gonna feel a different like a vibe, kind of ready to work if you open your drawer and your drawer is nice and organized. Your desk is nice and organized and everything has a place. Like you are going to feel more motivated to do whatever it is you're there to do. And so like I said, stepping into my studio room to film not only tonight but all throughout this week, like I felt a second wind come over me, just of creativity and excitement to film and create new things. And like I said, I haven't felt that in a long time, and so that really inspired me to create a whole episode for Real Life Goals about this, about getting yourself together, because it's so important. Oftentimes, like I've learned from my past experience, and this might just be me, but I feel like it's other people too, like your home life, your home, what your apartment, your house looks like often reflects like how you are going through life and how your life is. So my apartment was a little chaotic, it was a little cluttered, like it was not in order. And I feel like the same thing with work. I was going through different toxic work environments, stress, and just a lot going on, and that reflected in how I was living. And so how you can counteract that, even if you don't know where to start to like get your life right and get all that in their order and getting yourself together in that way, you can start off on the flip side by just getting your home life together, getting your apartment, your house clean, tidy, finding a place for things, and just feeling like you have a sense of organization, and that often will help rub off onto how like you've been going through life. So with me, after taking that time off and cleaning my apartment and everything, I started developing different habits. Like I was getting in bed on time. I was creating like a habitual routine that I can do like when I get up in the morning, so I'm not feeling super drained when I get to work, waking up a little bit earlier so I can wake my mind up, so I call it, and those kind of things. And so like I said, my home usually reflects my life, and if everything is hunky-dory, my apartment is clean, my laundry is done, things are in place and in order. But when things are stressful and I'm going through like a rough patch in life or work is crazy, like my apartment is more so like a hotel. I literally come in the door, drop my stuff, eat, shower, bed, get up, eat, shower, go to work. You know, I'm just in and out. Like it's not really a home. It's not really a safe space. It's not really a sacred safe haven for me when my life is hectic. But I'm able to enjoy my space a lot more when I have like everything in order and stuff like that. And so if this message doesn't apply to you and you don't feel like your house reflects your life, then still listen, because this might apply to you down the line if you're going through something and then you notice like your home life is, you notice like your apartment is dirty consecutively or something like that. Like down the line you might hit a rough patch, and then those things, those you noticing like your refrigerator full with to-go food, but you used to cook. Like if you used to cook or you used to do this every Monday, every Sunday evening you do your laundry or something like that, and you kind of fall off those habits of having like a good, clean, healthy, balanced, living environment, then maybe those are some signs, indicators that you might notice down the line if you do hit a rough patch. And then if you notice it, you're able to, pause, take time off to get yourself together, and then it might get you back on track to where you are going and where you were headed. So today's episode is called Get Yourself Together, because I feel like sometimes we get so comfortable running on a hamster wheel, so we make excuses on why we can't get off. And if that's you, today we stop making excuses, okay? We gonna get off that hamster wheel. We gonna stop making excuses for ourselves, like for me, y'all know I've been struggling with inconsistent views on my channel, honestly, since jump. Like, I've never had like consistently skyrocket views or anything like that. But for me, my excuse started to be, well, if they not gonna watch it, so why should I put it out? Or it's not gonna help me because they not gonna want to watch this and they not gonna watch that, and blah 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 blah. And so I would just make excuses for myself to stay on the hamster wheel of not creating content, not putting myself out there, not feeling creative. And today I want us to stop making excuses, get off our hamster wheel, clean up our life. If that means you gotta take a day off, PTO, or call in sick, do that. And for my people who just be calling in sick just to call in sick and you don't got sick leave, please don't do that, because I want y'all to keep y'all job. But if you can, just take a day off. I really don't agree with us having to work 9 to 5, me 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. I just feel like that shouldn't be a way of life because I feel like if you come in and you're productive, you can definitely get work done 4 days out of the week. That's a side tangent, but that's my opinion. So if you can and you're available to just take a random day off from your normal hamster wheel run, you're able to take that time to focus on you, get yourself together, and get everything back in order. You're able to hit restart and kind of refresh where you are in life, and give yourself a second win. And so like I said, we spend the majority of our lives at school or at work, and so when we have the opportunity to be at home and be in our safe space, do whatever it is that we want to do. When you're home, when you're in your safe space, take that time and enjoy it. Don't just treat it like it's a hotel room you just come here to sleep. Really make sure your living area is a space that you can enjoy when you're off. So to wrap up this episode, I just want to encourage you guys to take care of your safe space so you can enjoy it, and make sure you take some time off, whether it be a weekend, a day during the week. Like I said, take some time off to get yourself together, and let's stop making excuses to stay on that hamster wheel of just complacency. Let's get up, refresh. It's just right now, the weather changing, and for me, I keep wanting to get back in my bed because I don't want to get out of my bed where it's cold or go outside where it's cold. But I feel like, if you just jump out there, just like them people, I'm one of them people who sink down in the pool real slow because the water be cold. I sink down, and by doing that, I done put myself through a whole minute of agony sinking in the pool when I could have just cannonballed to jump in like Sally Sue over there and get it over that quick. It's just like ripping off a Band-Aid. So like I said, take some time to yourself, rip off the Band-Aid. Don't give yourself any more excuses to keep continuing doing what you're doing without refreshing yourself and getting yourself together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope I didn't repeat myself too much, but if I did, y'all get the point. Make sure you subscribe down below and like this video. We have episode 8 coming to you guys next week, so make sure you stay tuned. We got 3 more episodes, 8, 9, and 10 for season 1. I love y'all so very much, and until next week.